Hello friends, and welcome back to Enterprise Architecture. Now, today we are playing another Minecraft mod pack. As promised, starting a new series with a new mod pack that we haven't played before. This is Sky Revolutions. I've seen a couple of different streamers playing this, and honestly, anything that System Collapse or Gaming on Caffeine or Cyberfuel Studios plays, I'm generally gonna love. I love all of the things that they end up playing, so I try to check out a lot of the packs that they feature on here as much as I can. So this is one of those that I saw a couple of different groups playing and I just had to check it out for myself. So we are going to get started with this pack. It has machines, it has create mod, it has all of that good stuff and some nicely tweaked recipes that are going to make for an interesting and exciting adventure. So with no further ado, let's dive right in. So first things first, we are going to start off with our quest book. There's some sort of a mystery. We don't know why we are on a sky block, but here we are. And of course we get that ding right off the bat. Love a good starting point like that. Now, you're going to note a couple of things here. We have a bunch of Botania that we are going to have to deal with. So that's gonna be annoying, but it's fine. Botania is not my least favorite mod, but it's definitely not my favorite mod, so we're gonna dig on that. And then after that, we're gonna dive straight into create. So let's see how far we can get with this to begin. Now, we can just pick stones by right-clicking in this mod. That's always a lovely addition. We like to see it. So we're gonna do that for a bit until we have a whole bunch of these pebbles that we can use. So let's see here. If we do right here, Control and K over top of that, will it then compress all of these? Yeah, there we go. And if we do Shift K, it does all of them. Okay, so that is a really rapid way for us to make a whole bunch of cobblestone without having to go through and put these all in our crafting grid. It's just going to craft it as if it were in our crafting grid. So that's lovely. All right. So we have a temporal pouch, so this is basically just time in a bottle here. We have a temp pad so that we can get around in our world. And we have some water down there. All right, so to start, we're gonna do this dangerous thing. We're gonna come off the bottom here and build ourselves our first little platform here so we can grab up this living wood that's down here and hopefully not die in the process. Great. So let's just keep maneuvering around here until we can build a full platform right underneath this living wood. There we go. And you know what? We're probably going to need to start taking down some of this dirt as well. But I don't want to lose that lovely grass on top yet, because that's going to be extremely valuable and necessary for us. So we kind of need the best of both worlds here. Let me make sure that we have a good platform. Yeah, okay, let's just come out a little bit further with this, like so. Okay, now I feel comfortable breaking the living wood and not losing any. There we go. And we are getting living wood roots off of this, which we are going to be using, I think, to make our first wood and saplings, if I remember correctly. Okay, right here. Yeah, we should have made more stone while we could. Well, that's not a big deal. We're going to use our dirt to climb back up here. There we go. And we're just going to make ourselves a little temporary stairwell. And I don't want to break that grass yet. Oh no, that would be dangerous. There we go. Oh, and look, we have a lovely, lovely block of bedrock in the middle here. Oh! We can make stones off of not just grass, but off of our dirt as well. So that's going to be handy. Let me just get a whole bunch more pebbles here so that I can turn that into more cobblestone. I can use more cobblestone to make a bigger platform, and so forth and so on until we get bored. Now we can build ourselves a little stairwell off the back of this to get up there again. Just climbing on up, not falling into the void. We are professionals at this. There we go. And now we can start expanding out this platform as much as we'd like. I think we'll just do a ring around it to start. Just part of the way there. There we go. And yeah, more stones. Now, the big thing that we're going to need to do now is make our first sapling. That's where we need to get in this particular quest. Because then we can make trees. Trees are the gateway to everything else that we are going to need here. So first things first, let's go to our quest log. We have a living root, so that is done. Now we need to make an oak sapling. So the recipe here for this, and it looks like I cannot click on it to get the recipe, so no problem. Let's do sapling. And our oak sapling should be easy. Yeah, that's right. It's just 4 living roots in a crafting table. And it looks like that this is shapeless if we're lucky. We are indeed very lucky. So we can twerk our way to victory here to make that grow into a full-size tree. Although it's very slow. There we go, full-size tree. And you know what? I'm going to come over even more with our platform here just because I'm a little worried about losing materials here this early in the game. So let's do that. Grab more stones. And I think I can actually make a crook or something similar in this, right? That seems logical. First things first, we're going to start punching some trees. Oh, and I think, yeah, we have Ultimine on here, so we can just punch 1 tree at a time and win all the things. That's great. We got at least 1 sapling. That's all we had hoped for at a bare minimum to get. We can now use the log to make our very first crafting table. There we go. Progress already. Okay, so let's make ourselves some sticks. And we will make ourselves some wooden crooks. There we go. And you know what? While we're at it, let's go ahead and make our first upgrade. Let's make ourselves a stone axe as well. Perfect. Now we are getting somewhere. All right, so we got that in place. Twerk it up a little bit. So first things first, let's ultimine up the leaves. Oop, and some of those are too tall for us. So let's build our way back up with the dirt a little bit here. There we go. And notice that that broke immediately. These are not durable at all. So we're gonna have to upgrade as quickly as we can. Let's go ahead and chop down the tree. Great. All right, and now we've got silkworms. So we're gonna start using those silkworms in the next tree to get ourselves some string. We've got a bunch. So let's go ahead and do 1 here, and 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 1 here. Great. Okay. Those are going to start doing their job. In the meantime, I'm going to convert those oak planks. I'm going to make myself up a chest so that we can start storing stuff. That's going to be useful. Put that down there. And I think I'm going to go ahead and make ourselves our first furnace as well, because I'm sure that's going to come in handy relatively soon, and I want to be ready to go when it does. All right, things are falling already. Infested leaves. Okay, let's make ourselves a couple more crooks. We are definitely going to need them. There we go. And I think this is all done now. Are you all done? Yeah, you're all done. Okay, so that gave us a bunch of silkworms. That gave us a bunch of string. And we just got a bunch more wood. So we are cranking through a whole bunch of bits and bobs here. I'm not even sure what all that we have just done, but we're getting there. All right, so next up is a composter. So let's see, composter. I can never quite remember this recipe. This one always gets me. It looks like it is slabs. Right, okay, slabs. Easy enough to make those slabs. And we do that just like this. There is our composter. You know, while we're at it, I'm tempted to make ourselves a barrel for water. We should probably do that sooner rather than later. Composter is gonna go back here. Good. Let's see, a barrel, because I think there are barrel recipes in this, right? Let's see, oak barrel is made with planks, and yeah, we've got a bunch of different fluid recipes here, these fluid transformations that we're going to need to do sometime in the near future. So I might go ahead and make that. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but I think that's a good thing to do. I like being ahead of the game, you know? I like to be an overachiever when we can. Okay, oak barrel, got that. Put you down there. Okay, so how are we looking? Bone meal. We need to compost up some bone meal. It looks like we can also do wooden buckets and make ourselves an oak crucible. Okay, oak crucible? Oh, so we need a few more logs for that. Did I already convert all those? I did not. Wonderful. Make ourselves an oak crucible. Perfect. We're going to put that down next to our barrel. Okay. We're going to make ourselves a wooden bucket. Let's see here. Wooden bucket. And we make that with logs. That seems like a pretty big recipe. And oh, we're already on to our first sieve. So let's see here. Sieve. And I believe that is going to need a mesh as well. Let's see here. Whoops, we need to have a full crafting grid to make our oak sieve. There we go. And let's see here. Does this take a... yeah, it takes a mesh. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a string mesh to start. Our very first mesh, and we're going to put that down right here. We will add our string to it, and let's see what can we get out of this with a string mesh. We need to get the actual metals. Here we go, and gravel. So how do we get gravel? I believe, oh, we can hammer gravel. Okay, we all remember how hammers work. So we just need a couple of sticks. And we need a couple of pieces of cobblestone. There we go, and now we have a stone hammer. Let's go ahead and clear out our hand and get ourselves a bunch more stones, and we are going to start hammering up our stone, our cobblestone into gravel, and then we can start sifting that down. So it almost makes sense for us to make a platform out of our oak here, our oak planks, so that we don't end up breaking all of that cobblestone that we have just made as our platform, because then we'll just fall into the void. And again, this is a sky block pack. The point is to not fall into the void. I will mention I do have my standard cheats turned on that I always have, which includes keep inventory on death, no phantoms, and no mob griefing. Why? Because I can't stand mob griefing, and I don't like losing all of my things. We spend all of this lovely time trying to get stuff, and then to just not have stuff, it just isn't very fun. Wonderful. Well, we'll focus on gravel sifting for now. So we're just going to do this and keep going with it for a while until we get all of the things. There we go. We got our first amethyst. All right, so we went through all of that, and we only just got 3 shards of amethyst. That's not really very useful, so I'm going to have to get a bunch more stones here and keep working on a better system of getting more items. So we're going to keep working on that. Well, that's why. We're not going to get very far with just a string mesh. We're only going to get flint out of it. That's what's going on. So we need to get ourselves at least 6 flint so that we can make the next level of mesh immediately. Let's go ahead and finish off this row. Okay, wonderful. So we can immediately take this, surround it with flint, and that will make ourselves our flint mesh. There we go. Okay. And now I think we can use that. Yeah, that starts to get us our pieces of metal. Now, I'm really keen on making sure that we can make brass. I think it's the brass mesh that we really are after. Let's see here, or is it bronze? Yeah, brass mesh. This is going to be a major upgrade for us in the near future, about 2 steps away from where we are, and that means we need copper and we need zinc. I'm going to go back to the process of getting more of our stone, and then we will be sieving all that with our new flint mesh here momentarily. Let me go ahead and put it in place so we don't forget. All right, here we go. Getting a whole lot of brand new stuff already and already running out of room. So let's go ahead and keep grinding this up. Need to get a whole bunch of ingredients. And it looks like we're getting just about every single metal in the game this way. So that is extremely useful. I also know that we're going to be moving on to the auto sieves as soon as we get some andesite so that we can get our create setup up and going. But as I recall, you can't get all of these metals out of that setup. So that is the trade-off here. All right, so looks like 4 of these turn into a single raw of whatever that ingot type is. So we do not have nearly enough to get to the next level yet. We also need to start thinking about Botania because we need to get moving on our andesite here, which we're actually going to be getting through this long chain you see right here using living rock. So let's take a brief set away here. Actually, you know what? We can do Botany Pots. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we start thinking about doing some Botany Pots so that we don't have to keep growing trees. I'm going to do that as our first digression. So let's put down a few more of these cobblestone pieces. Just like so, and we are gonna smash that with our hammer again. we are going to smash that again into sand. I'm just doing half of that. There we go. Let's see here. And then from that, we should be able to move on to our dust quest and our botany pots. We get clay. So let's see here. I think clay comes from dust. Fluid transposer. Yeah, dust inside of water. And you know what? We haven't even gotten water yet. That's interesting. So basically we can just throw ingredients into the crucible to be able to get water. And I don't think we even have to heat it up. So if I remember correctly, we can just go to the crucible here and yeah, that lets us turn these into water. Great. And if we put this in the oak barrel, we grab up our sand. We need to make our sand into dust. So let's go ahead and transform this. We again hit it with a hammer one more time. That gives us dust. And then our dust we can use in the oak barrel to craft into a block of clay. Perfect. And our pots, let's see, those botany pots. They come in two styles, if I remember correctly, regular and hopping. So where's just the regular one? Just regular old botany pot. There we go. So we need 5 pieces of terracotta and a flower pot, which means 3 bricks. So 5 pieces of terracotta plus 1 additional piece here, basically. All right, and there is our 5th piece of clay. That didn't take too long. We're gonna start by putting 4 pieces of clay in here. Oh, you know what we should do? We should really make ourselves some charcoal. Let's go ahead and make ourselves up a little bit of charcoal here, and maybe get ourselves a little bit more wood to support our charcoal habit that's about to get going. Let's go ahead and break this terracotta, or excuse me, bake this clay into terracotta. Sorry, my words are really struggling today. And we're going to get that, 4 blocks of that, and then we're going to use 3 clay balls and turn that into a flower pot. So yeah, we need to come up with a better source of clay here very soon. I really want to rush the brass manufacturing, which means we do need to have ourselves a better option there for clay. What is the recipe for this? Do we even hopping pot, yeah. Let's see, botany pot. Regular botany pot is made how? Oh, I need 1 more piece of it. See, this is the problem. I move too quick, and then I totally misread the recipe. Let me get my last piece of terracotta here. All right, and there is our last piece of terracotta, and now we will finally get this done. I should have known. It's basically just the funnel recipe, right? Like that's not really that hard. Okay, so we're gonna put this over here for now. And we're going to put dirt in that, and we are going to put a tree in that. And that's going to slowly grow into a sapling, and that'll be wonderful for us. Now, while that's going, I'm going to start making us up some bone meal, because the other thing on my list here is to make a crucible, because we're going to be able to use that to get lava, and with the lava, we will then be able to, hopefully relatively soon, be able to do a cobblestone generator. That's the other thing I really would like to get done. So we need bone meal for that. Bone meal composts with our saplings. So we're just gonna put a bunch of saplings in here and immediately lose our bone meal over the side of this. Okay, that was pretty anticlimactic. There, okay, so now we have 1 bone meal. Perfect, okay. So I know there is a cobblestone generator in this pack, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there's a couple of them. So the soonest that we can get in here is going to be tier 2. And we can do those with buckets that are not just iron. So that's nice, but it does look like it has to be a metal bucket of some sort. So let's see here. What do we need for floral fertilizer? Let's see here. Dye. We need some dye of some sort. Well, white dye is easy enough, right? So once we are making all of our bone meal, we can turn bone meal directly into white dye. So that's a nice little recipe for us to use. Okay, we got a bunch of wood off that, but we didn't get that much of our actual tree saplings. So maybe we do a few more twerks while we're waiting for that to grow. Eventually that'll be a hopper pot, and we will be good and never have to think about this again, but we are a long way away from that. Right now, this is the only way that we can get water, though, because we do not have yet an infinite water source made. You know what? That probably should have been the thing to do first, rather than trying to make myself a whole bunch like I had been doing, one at a time. I know some of you are just yelling at the screen. You should have just made an infinite water source. What are you doing? Okay, so let's see here. More stone. We're going to use that stone, and we will go ahead and make ourselves an infinite water source. We're going to do that right over here. Yeah, that'll do fine. And then all we have to do is use our crucible to make ourselves 2 buckets of water, and we can put it in here and have an infinite water source. All right, 1 bucket of water, and in just another moment, we will have 2 buckets of water. Perfect, 2 buckets of water. Good, and now we have all the water we can drink or do anything we want with. So sifting, just want to double check what we are sifting here. Flint mesh, dust, yes, that gives us our bone meal. So let's do that real quick. Of the ways to get bone meal, that actually ends up probably being the most efficient, I think. Let's find out. Nothing, nothing, nothing. There's 1, 2, 3. All right, so our floral fertilizer, we need to make 4 pieces of white dye to start. There we go, 3, 4, and then we just put that in our grid with our bone meal and poof, floral fertilizer. Now, we really need a lot more grass than this, but we will do what we can and get ourselves a bunch of pieces here, if we can, of these flowers. A bunch of pieces of flowers, a bunch of flowers, sorry. There we go. That's a good number to start. So now we need to make ourselves a pure daisy, which we are going to make in a Petal Apothecary. Petal Apothecary. There we go. Let's just remember this. This is not especially hard, but we do need to remember how our cobblestone needs to sit. It's going to be like that. And you know what? That immediately doesn't work because I didn't get my petals first. There we go. Now we've got petals. Let's go ahead and make this real fast. Perfect. 1 petal apothecary. Excellent. Let's just go and put that down. Put it down over here. Why not? We'll need to grab ourselves some water to put in it. And now we need to remember that recipe for the pure daisy. Let's see here. 2 white petals, easy enough. 1 piece of dust, we can do that. And some white dye. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and smash this cobblestone real quick. And then we're going to smash it like, I don't know, however many more times we need, like 3 more times. There's sand, 2 more times. Okay, there, dust. All right, so dust goes in here. And I did remap my throw key because I so frequently throw the wrong thing. And it's somewhat embarrassing when you throw things just down in places that's not supposed to go. Okay, so that has almost everything it needs, but I think what we are missing is seeds. So let's go ahead and grow a bunch of grass and hope that we get some seeds out of this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, great. And then all I have to do is throw some seeds. Boom. Now we have a pure daisy. Excellent. Now we are rocking and rolling. All right, so let's go throw down our pure daisy and build ourselves out a little platform for that daisy. We're going to do it out of oak this time. And this is where that daisy is going to do its lovely work for us. And we need a little more room for that daisy. Let's do that. And there we go. Now we have a daisy. Okay. So daisies want to convert things for us. So let's start by making some living wood with this daisy. And we will also go ahead and make some cobblestone with, or some living stone with this daisy. And I think that works on cobblestone, but I could be wrong. Let's find out. Let's see here. I believe, if I remember correctly, if we just do this, that should convert. And we can go ahead and grab up this living wood real quick. There we go. Oh, you know what we're going to need? We need a pickaxe. That's what we're missing. Let's see here. Haven't even made a pickaxe this far into Minecraft. What are we even doing? Okay, so that's regular stone. And then, yeah, one more tick and the regular stone becomes living rock. Perfect. Okay. All sorts of progress being made. All right, so we only need a few more things to finish out this chapter. Snad, I think, is going to be relatively easy, if I remember correctly, in previous versions of these packs. Snad, of course, is the wonderful mod that just lets you grow things that would normally grow on sand much, much faster. So we love Snad, and it looks like we just need 2 pieces of sand to get there. So let's go ahead and make more pebbles. We are going to squeeze those up into cobblestone. We are going to break these really quick on our wood. Let's do it there, and I should have put those next to each other. This would have been quicker, but whatever. Mistakes were made, lessons were learned, and then we do the same with our gravel. There we go. Now we have sand. Let's take that, craft it together, and we have our snad. 2 pieces. Wonderful. So we will take our snad, and I'm going to put 1 piece here, and I'm going to put 1 piece here. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to have our cactus here, and I think I'll be able to put sugarcane on top of that one. So we do need to maybe filter down some more sand inside of our sieve to get there, but that's not on our quest list. Maybe I'll do that later on. Okay. But what is on our quest list is a Wand of the Forest. Okay, Wand of the Forest. Yeah, and we need just any of these. So 3 living wood twigs, which we made with living wood logs. So we actually are short on living wood. We will go ahead and put these down here. Let's go ahead and make 4 more pieces of it, just like so. Perfect. And let's go ahead and make our twigs. That's the wrong one there. Nope, that is also the wrong one. Woof. Well, that's okay. We have living wood shears now. I'm sure those will be good for something, even though we don't actually need them. We have 1 blue petal. We need 1 more petal here. Let's see, what do we have the most of? Mystical blue still, I think. So let's go ahead and break that apart. There we go. And now we can put our living wood twigs down and add our petals, and we have a lovely Wand of the Forest. Excellent. Another quest done. Put our shears in there too. All right, so that's all that stuff. Mana spreader and an endo flame and a mana pool. And then we need a Akashic tome and a chisel as well. Let's see here. Mana pool, if I remember correctly, is pretty straightforward. I think we just need a living wood or living rock for that. Mana pool. Yes, 5 pieces of living rock. So we do need 1 more. So let's go ahead and grab some up here. Put that there, put it here, and then we took our cobblestone and we put that next to our daisy. That should just take a couple of seconds to get converted over. And of course it has to be converted twice, right? So we'll just let that percolate while it's doing its thing. In the meantime, I think we can get started on a mana spreader, which means actually I think we need more living wood, don't we? Mana spreader. Yeah, we need a whole bunch of living wood. So let's go ahead and, oh, living rock is done. We'll put that there. And our last piece. Okay, that will percolate. We are going to make our mana pool. Wonderful. And that's all going. Okay, so I think maybe we put our flowers here. Maybe this will be our little endo flame area. Let's grab all of this up. Perfect. And I think that does mean we're going to need to start extending our platform, this way a little bit so that we can start putting down all the stuff that we are going to want. Let's see here. Yeah, this is we're gonna run out of room quickly. That is the beauty of Skyblock, though, right? Is that you always need more space for your stuff. Mana pool's done. We have our mana spreader almost ready. What else do we need for that? Just 1 blue petal will do. Actually, I think any petal will do, but we happen to have blue, so we're gonna say that. Mana spreader done. We put this here, and then we can use our wand to make it point at the mana pool. There we go. Wonderful. Now we just need an endo flame. Actually, ideally we need a few endo flames. So let's see here. Endo flame. We'll add that. What is the recipe for that? Okay, so we need 2 brown petals, a light gray petal, and a red petal. Okay, let's see here. We have light gray, red, but we don't have brown. So I guess we're gonna have to make a little bit more bone meal. And actually we have some regular flowers now. Mystical light blue. Yeah, so let's break up these to get our dye. And then we will combine that dye. Oh, do we need all of one color though, or is it just any dye? Let's find out if this works. Oh, that works. That works. Okay, we'll take it. So let's go ahead and make more flowers. There's more brown. Purple, orange. You know, I would have loved to have gotten just a couple of more red there, but we'll take it. So we'll do both of our browns. We're going to do one red, and we're going to do one gray. Perfect. All right, you know what? We do need a little bit more of our seeds here, and I don't want to waste things like our melon seeds and whatnot yet. So let's go ahead and break these down and hope that we get some more seeds. Yeah, we got 2 wheat seeds there. We will take it. Okay, and now we're ready to load this up. So let's go ahead and throw this in there. Oh, you know what we need? We need more water for that, don't we? Bucket of water there. And we'll grab one more bucket of water. Okay, so first things first here. We do our 1, 2 of our browns. We do our gray, and we do our red. That's ready to go. And now we drop a wheat seed. Boom. Okay. And now we do the same thing again. 1, 2 browns. We do our red. We do our gray. And we do our seed. Perfect. 2 endo flames up, hot and ready. Okay. So let's put these here. And now we can take some of this charcoal we've had laying around here, and we can just burn this, and this will start giving us our some mana that we need. Come on, there you go. Okay, now these are going to burn those and turn them into mana. So we've got that done. Now all that we have to do is make andesite, and we will be mostly done here. So the recipe for andesite, as I remember, we drop something into mana, into the mana pool. Andesite. Okay. Recipe for that is probably stone, right? Regular stone. Cobblestone will also work. Okay, great. We'll take it. We will take it. Oh, it needs a grass block under it. Oh, okay. We can fix this real quick here. Let's just rearrange things just a little bit. I'm gonna put this back over here. We are gonna reattach this mana spreader to this pool. And now it should slowly start filling up. Except for I just broke it, so maybe it won't fill up. I'm not sure if that is or is not going to work. So we're going to drop our charcoal here right in the middle. There we go. Now we're getting mana in the mana pool. Ah, there, we can see it already. Wonderful. And then if we do this right, yeah, we'll get andesite. Perfect. We have andesite now. Okay, so that's done. Only thing left here is a Akashic Tome and a chisel. Okay, let's take a look here. Akashic Tome. We need a pebble. A Botania pebble. Akashic Tome. That was easy. Okay, that was actually too easy. I think that was ridiculously unnecessarily easy. Chisel. Ooh, we need iron for that. Okay, so this is going to take a second here because how much iron do we need to make into a raw iron? We need 4. So can I do... What am I doing? Clicking on the wrong thing. Okay, that's raw iron. And then if I use that, does that give me 1 piece? Oh, it does. Oh, it does. Okay, so let's swap y'all out real quick. There we go. Give me that. I'm just having trouble clicking today. My clicker is not doing the clickety. And there's our iron. And then all we have to do is take iron and a stick. Is that right? And that will give us our chisel. Perfect. All right, and that completes the entire first chapter. And with that, we've made a lot of progress on Botania, getting started on our setup there. We are ready to dive into Create Mod with all of this andesite we now have access to, and we are gonna have to create a lot, friends. This is a lot of manual process for us to get there. But for now, we're going to call that the end of this episode. If you liked this video, if you like what I'm doing, please do actually click the like button on the video and not just like it in your head. That would be wonderful. And if you like what I'm doing overall here, please do subscribe to the channel. I also appreciate that. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you back here next time. Bye, friends.